Hi Leo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your February 2021 love reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be linked and listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading and clear the energy space, once again, a reminder not to be conned by anybody in the comment box pretending to be me, offering you a reading, saying you just have to email them at this space or whatever. It is not me. I will not be soliciting you for anything, and those are scammers. Okay, with that said, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. Now let's let the bowl sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Leo, building and strengthening love for Leo, February 2021. Building and strengthening love for Leo, February 2021. Building and strengthening love for Leo, February 2021. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Okay, just to let you know, this is not going to be like one of my typical readings or even a typical love reading. This is going to really be focusing on the embrace of the self, the embrace of spirit, and yeah, so we're going to see where this leads us. But I do feel that it is really quite beautiful. And I'm also going to try to make them just a bit shorter than I usually do. I know once Spirit and I start talking, it can just, become astoundingly long, and people have requested things to be just a bit shorter. So let's see how you all like this. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. And let's look at your chakra message for this time. This is going to be the area where you need a bit of help during this time period to let love into your life, where blockages are held, where you're finding there's disagreements between you and your partner, if you have a partner, or just pain within your life. All right. Leo. Building and strengthening love within your life. February 2021, Leo. Building and strengthening love within your life. February 2021, Leo. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. Excuse me. So we have divine wisdom. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above your crown. Divinity is giving you insight, giving you ideas, opening up your mind, really kind of guiding you in certain places. Let yourself move in this form of discovery. It's really going to be quite beautiful for you. We have relationships, which is what we're talking about here. It's the sacral chakra. Now, the sacral chakra is where a lot of negative energy is held from this life, from past lives. It infects, it does, and it affects us. It affects us emotionally, it affects us sexually, it affects us, with our spiritual connections, because it's just holding so much baggage. So here we're opening ourselves up to the relationships we want within our world, within our soul, within ourselves. And we're also going to be looking at here a lot of the anger, the hurts, the pains, the disappointment that have colored that have scarred us. And then finally, Leo, you have inspiration, which is the sacral chakra. And you're going to see yourself inspired as your relationships start to be healed, not healed, okay, they're not healed, but the way for which you handle them, for the way for which you are moving forward in your life is really going to be quite different than how you had handled things or how you had looked at love before. So let's see how the chakra energy equates to the tarot. So we're starting off here with the Seven of Wands, okay, and the Ace of Wands. This is really learning what battles to fight and what to let go of. And for you, Leo, if you get into a negative headspace, okay, Leos are absolutely brilliant. You guys are strong and focused and tenacious, and there's no obstacle that can't be overcome. And as you evolve, Leo is absolutely spectacular. A Leo who falls back into kind of old traits or who is going through a negative time can very much see every battle as something that needs to be won. And that's just all human beings everywhere. When you're going through a really rough time, it's like, no, I will not be taken advantage of one more time. I will fight this because I'm tired. I'm just tired of people thinking they can walk all over me. So here you have the Seven of Wands. You have this sense of knowing when to pick your battles because you're going to feel like I have to fight for everything. And there's also this sense of sexual power coming into your life, okay? It's quite literally the erection of self right there. So here, as you step into that power, you're stepping into your purpose. You're stepping into your passion. You're stepping into what it is that you desire. It sounds odd to say you're stepping into your purpose, but it is stepping into a deeper part of yourself during this time. So then we have here the 10 of Pentacles, prosperity that lasts for generations. You have the Star, the highest form of man's perfection coming forward, wishes being granted. The 2 of Pentacles, there's a lot that needs to be juggled. And you have the Ace of Pentacles, prosperity, but it's really funny because that prosperity has silenced you before. Okay, so that's going to be something that's really going to be looked at during this time. It's the embrace of the prosperity for which you want within your life, personally, sexually, sensually, powerfully within your existence. It's also putting down those roots. It's also very much, I'm just seeing here, very much like the womb, very much being able to nurture and have that prosperity grow within you without really anybody else's, anybody else needed. You're stepping into yourself, which sounds odd to say for a love reading, but with this love reading, it is calling love and strengthening love within your life with a partnership. If you have a partner, if you're single and you want to find somebody, it's sending out those vibrations to find the right person instead of, kissing 500,000 different toads. And if you're just happy being single, if you're happy, staying as you are and living as you are, it's strengthening the love that is around you within your life, and also walking in a sensuality of being in a place of owning your space, owning your body, owning who it is that you are and how it is that you express yourself, and doing so in quite a brilliant way. So we're starting off here with divine wisdom. We can definitely see this here in these two cards, in this pairing, with the Star and the 10 of Pentacles. There's a prosperity, there's a bounty that's coming forward. There is a sense of more coming into the life. And so here with divine wisdom, you're going to find that your greatest wishes, your greatest hopes, your greatest desires start to move you forward. There is something about wishes being granted, about things being seen more openly, more honestly, more powerfully than they have been before. And this is the divine wisdom coming forward for you. This is divine wisdom saying, things are changing. There is greater knowledge out here to be discovered, to be embraced, to walk in. And as you are doing this, you embrace your soul star chakra, okay? But there's also going to be a sense here of kind of a resistance of that, because Spirit is saying, this wisdom comes forward, you're opening up the doors, but there's going to be a resistance to the wisdom that divinity is giving you, the way that divinity sees what you need instead of what it is that you want. So taking preconceived notions, taking, preconceived ideas and stepping back and saying, you know what, I'm going to see where the road takes me during this time. Because with relationships and inspiration, with the sacral chakra that is coming forward here, what you're looking at is strengthening the power of you. Okay? Again, the sacral chakra is where our negativity is held. It's where our hurt and our pain is held. It stops us from being sensual beings, from really embracing the love, the passion, the sensuality of life. It stops us from embracing the passion of ourselves, trusting ourselves, looking at things, and forming those deep binding relationships that bring a new dawn, a new day into our experiences of life and of soul and of being. So here with relationships, which is where we're starting, and this is what this is all about, the relationship with the self, the relationship with divinity, the relationship with your partner, the relationship with finding a partner. Here, what we're looking at is we're going to be looking at the hurts, the pains, the disappointments that have come into your life, that have reset the course, that have made you doubt your worth, where it is that you stand, what it is that you want. This is also sitting here and saying the relationships of the past do not get to define the relationships of the future, even if it's with the same person. If you are both willing to put in the work and raise your energy vibration and call forward the power that you want within your life, okay, the relationships that you've had in the past do not get to define your future. And so here, what you're going to be doing is there's a sense of connection. Now, I very much believe and absolutely promote Chakra, which is a form of spiritual intercourse and spiritual coming together. Now, it's called non-orgasmic sex, which, you can do, or you can kind of loosely follow the guidelines. It depends on how strict you want to be. But what you're going to see here is a connection with bonding, a connection with feeling cared for, with feeling nourished, with feeling loved, with feeling seen. Because if the only thing to have really great relationships and for everybody to be super happy in the world was to have more sex, that seems like an easy fix, right? Why not just do that and everything would be fantastic? But it's so much more complicated. That's why it's not an easy fix. Here, you are embracing the deeper relationship that you want within your life. You're embracing the sensuality of yourself and of being and of power and of truth and of stepping into your body, your soul, and the essence of where you want to be within your development. And so here, you're looking at the past, you're looking at past life experiences, when you have things in your life that are blockages that you just can't really explain. You're looking at DNA curses, okay? Kind of the patterns of our families, the way that we were raised, or the knowledge that comes into our lives. It could also be from a partner, it could be the way that they were raised that has now seeped into your being, and it was never there before. And you're going to be looking at those battles, those hurts, those angers, those fears. And you're going to be seeing yourself moving forward. You're going to be seeing yourself looking at them and saying, you don't get to have this power over me. Now, whether that has the relationship evolve in the way that you want it to, that's a different course forward, okay? Getting everything that we want is usually not how this world works. It'd be nicer if it was. But here, it's getting what you need. It's getting the power to have that love, to have that passion come forward within your life, and to have that freedom within your sensual expression. And then you have inspiration. You have new doors opening up. You have new power coming to you. You have a new dawn and a new day. And you're embracing the sensuality of being. The sensuality of being is so important. We live in a world where it's almost as if the sensuality of existence has been taken away. It doesn't have to be, the sensuality of being doesn't have to be overly sexually explicit. It just doesn't. It's just the confidence of the way that you walk within your body, the way that you hold yourself, the way that you know your worth, you know your pleasure, you know what you desire within your life. And so here with inspiration, it's embracing that dawn. It's letting that beauty, that power be a part of your existence as you embrace a new dawn, a new day, a new power, a new understanding. And it's taking you out of the darkness of the past and bringing you into the inspiration of the future, saying that I am not defined by my heartbreaks, my pains, my disappointments, my brokenness. Everybody's a little bit broken, but I am defined by the way I present myself each and every day as I move forward, as I hold my head up high, and as I walk forward, inspired to be me, and to let the power of the creative energy within you that's also held within the sacral chakra move forward and express and embrace and embolden you. It moves you to the Seven of Wands. Now, the Seven of Wands is the sitting there and saying, I'm going to fight the battles. It's also sitting there and you very much, have a firm grip on the sexual energy that you want within your life. It's like, this is what I want. This is what I'm fighting for. This is what needs to be. It's either you or it was somebody in your past, or it could be your partner now, where it was very defined. Here, there needs to be a release. There needs to be a release. Because love doesn't grow when you clench it down. Even your hand just starts to hurt just doing that. So here, it is looking at what it is that you desire within your life. It's not fighting every fight. And especially, Leo, when you feel backed into a corner, that's like the go-to reaction. That's the go-to reaction for a fire sign. That's a go-to reaction for somebody with a lot of fire within their chart. It's like, I'm going to fight you. I'm going to take down this hurt, take down this pain. I'm going to win. And then I'll be able to deal with things afterwards. I'll deal with the cleanup. Here, it's looking at the passion that you want. It's looking at the power that you want within your life. And it doesn't mean power over another. It's power to walk in the sensuality, in the beauty, in the passion that is you. It's the power of connection. Now, the really interesting thing about our world is that once upon a time, in ancient Greece, we had 3 words for love. And they were eros, they were famiglia, I think, or familia. And then there was agape. So it was the erotic love, which is the main love that we focus on nowadays. It's just the erotic love. And if you cannot stay in the erotic love, obviously you've done something wrong. But they didn't know that the erotic love evolved into the family love, involved into the family unit, involved into, what you take care of, how you nurture each other, how you watch each other grow, what you take care of, the seeds that you have planted, that you watch grow into something greater. And then you have the agape love, which is the love that Christ had for humanity when he died on the cross. Okay, it is that pure, selfless love. And that also evolves within human beings as we age, as we see, as we express. So the desire is to embrace the agape love. And here, the desire is to embrace the kingdom of prosperity that lays before you, that is opened up by the power within your existence, that sexual fire, that passion, that truth. And this is a gift for you. You are a fire sign energy, Leo. And as a fire sign energy, you need to let that passion burn. You need to embrace it. Now, whether it is with a partner or whether it is within your own creativity of self, that's completely up to you and up to your own journey. But letting that passion, that power, that fire come forward really helps you to break through a lot of hurts and pains and wars against the heart that you have been experiencing. It leads you to the 10 of Pentacles. It leads you to prosperity that lasts for generations. It leads you to bounty. It leads you to abundance. It leads you to really opening up your world. And as you're opening up your world, you're seeing what it is that you most desire. But as you're looking at what's most important to you, divinity is also looking at what's most important to your soul. So don't be surprised at all if you have twists and turns come along the way. If you're sitting there thinking it's going to be one thing and you start to see your life moving in a completely different direction, but it's not bad. It's what's bringing forward the prosperity within your life. And the prosperity isn't having mansions and driving the fancy cars or anything like that. It is being happy. The prosperity doesn't care at all if you live in a palace or if you live in a cottage. What matters is if you're walking your authenticity, if you're staying in your sensual truth, if you're embracing that power, that grace, and that understanding. And that's what you need to do during this time, to sit there and look at the highest form of your perfection, of what it is that you love, of calling forward that passion, calling forward that power, calling forward, what brings you a bit of bliss into your existence. And as you call it forward, you call forward the power, the beauty, the brilliance that is you. And you're going to start to see a shift in the way that you hold yourself. You're going to start to see a shift in the way that you talk, in the way that you act, also in, again, the creative energy around you, the way that you're expressing yourself, also the way that you're connecting with your partner, with what you want from life, with what you love from life. There's a deeper sense of embracing the power, of holding it, but not holding onto it too tight. It's kind of like when you get a hug, right? If you get a nice hug, you feel safe, you feel secure. But when you get one of those hugs that like crushes your ribs, you're like, oh, please, let me go. So here, that's exactly what's going on here. It is that sense of holding on to what it is that you love. Like being able to be that resting place for the bird to come into your hand, but also for that bird to fly free, for you to be able to fly free, for you to be able to express and to become and to see and to learn. And it leads you to really looking at what you see as perfection, not what everybody else sees as perfection, but the power, the prosperity, the bounty that lasts. And you're also going to be kind of watched over. Here you have the two people in the corner, right here, right? You know, they can be his children, his grandchildren. You know, he's looking at them, and it's like, how will your life be? Like, how will you become? What will you do? Like, what are going to be the pitfalls in your life? What are going to be the blessings in your life? How are things going to move forward? And there's a sense here of stepping back, seeing your prosperity, seeing your worth, seeing your bounty, and saying, what are the blessings that are going to move me forward? What are, the bounties that are going to come in? But what are also the fears, the doubts, the angers, the upsets? And that's also what divinity is looking over you. It's kind of like, how will you traverse this plane? How will you call forward your essence? And will your essence be usurped by somebody else's desires? Because have you noticed in relationships that one person tends to be just a bit more dominant? Like what they say tends to go. They tend to, just be a little bit more pushy. Here, it's not having a pushy love. It's having a harmonious love. It's having things fall into balance. It's not saying that everything will be perfect all the time, but it's saying that you come to things as equals of discovery, as colors forward of your truth, and letting that truth be seen within a touch, within a glance, within a deeper connection of the heart, instead of seen in just what can be accumulated and where can we go and what can we do. Those type of things, external things, aren't going to mean as much as you fall into the prosperity of yourself, as you let that inner light guide you, as the internal does. And it leads you here to needing to balance what you desire, what you have, spiritually, practically. It's balancing what everybody wants from you and what you yourself want from you. That's the first thing you'll forget here, Leo. What do you want? And this is calling you back into the sensual aspect of the self. This is calling you back and saying, life, guess you suffer in life, right? You just do. You grow older, joints start to ache, things start to change. You go through heartbreak, you go through pain, you go through disappointment, and you accumulate more and more of that as you go on in life. And so it's hard to balance it all. It's hard to stay in your presence. It's hard to be in love with life. But as you start to look at everything that you're balancing, and you start to look at yourself, what you want, where you want to be, how you want to move forward, what it is that you desire, you're going to see that the eternal juggling act, okay, is kind of being called out. The emotional turbulent waters right here, okay? The sense of, when am I going to have time? When am I going to be at peace? When are people going to see what I want instead of me always seeing what everybody else wants? You have that balance coming forward. You have that harmony coming within you. It guides you in a way that you hadn't expected. To sit there and to be present, to look at the hurts and the pains, to look at the angers and the upsets. It doesn't have to mean that anybody else would look at those things and say, wow, that was a lot of pain. It's just what you feel. And what you feel and what you're balancing and what you're trying to come forward in during this time is the prosperity of love in the waking world. But the way that prosperity is coming forward, it's silencing you. It's silencing your creation. It's silencing the bounty you're wanting to bring forward in your life, that deeper connection. And so here, what Spirit is saying is, Do not try to balance what everybody wants you to balance. Do not try to be what everybody else wants you to be. Step into the truth of you. Now, this is not saying that when people give you really good advice or when people deeply love you, that you absolutely ignore them. What it is saying is that you step back. You see the battles that need to be fought and the ones that are just a waste of your time, a drain of this energy. You let yourself embrace the power, the passion, the beauty of standing tall, of standing firm within your love for yourself, within knowing your worth, within the divine wisdom that guides you forward. And as you do this, you start to plant your truth. And your truth is planted. The seeds are planted within this world for ourselves through our words. Through our words, through the way that we nurture ourselves, through the power that we bring forward. And so here, you're going to find yourself nurturing your prosperity as you plant it, being very mindful of any negativity spoken over you, any doubts, any fears, any anger, because you're reclaiming your truth. And as you reclaim your truth, you're planting seeds of greatness within your life. But you're not going to be silenced anymore. Silenced by what you think society wants you to be, silenced by what you think others want you to be. You stand in the truth and you express that truth through embracing your heart, through embracing your bounty, through kind of visualizing the garden that you are planting within your life and seeing if that garden will flourish or if it is decaying, or if it's weed covered. So let's see what your subconscious is saying. We have here Earth Mother. Okay, so Mother Earth, this is the Earth Star Chakra located 6 inches below your feet. You're going to be very affected by, Spirit is showing very affected by nature. Okay, so if a storm rolls in, you can kind of feel your temper rising. If, it's really cold outside, you can find yourself feeling a little bit colder. If it's really hot, you find yourself feeling hotter. Your temper could be up, or you could just be feeling very passionate. This is going to be something to be mindful of, Leo, because as you look at this pattern, as you look at the way the earth is affecting you, also what you are feeding yourself, the food that is going into your body, the fuel that is going into your body, food, drink, how you're sleeping, you become more aware of things. And as you become more aware of things, they become more powerful within your soul, within your existence, within your moving forward. It's how you're rooting yourself within this world. It brings you then to your subconscious tarot message. Which is the Two of Cups. This is healing beautiful love. This is coming together. This is seeing the pains healed. This is seeing your power brought forward. This is seeing the power in a touch. Not in the over the top that our world is obsessed with, but it's in the simple little things. And it's finding that love, sensuality of self, is based off of the simple little things. And it's reclaiming that language. It's reclaiming that essence. It's reclaiming that beauty. And you're going to see that you're healing in a way that you hadn't expected, in a way that sets you free. All right, Leo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as you walk forward into the strength and beauty of your passion, of your love, of your healing, of your desire for the world. And you see that changing and redefining so much and opening so many doors for you, because now there's a confidence, there's a aura to you that people cannot ignore. All right. So let's take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Leo.